Hello, I'm Iman Abraham, and welcome to Coach's Corner. Today we have my fellow teammate, Christian Latham. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Well, thank you for coming on the show. So, as a golf program, we currently do not have a golf coach. So today I wanted to bring in one of our players that has been here for 3 years. We actually came in at the same time. So we both came in our freshman year in 2019.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and the men's team has been known to have how many championships now?
This
Five
is
championships?
we're going on our 4th right now.
Yes, so they already have won 3 SWAC championships. Last year, Christian was a part of that team and helped brought one home in Alabama.
Yep.
So how was that tournament? How did it feel to be a part of a championship team?
I mean, it was a great feeling. It's definitely something I look forward into coming into Prairie View because that's what the program has turned into.
Yeah.
And it was just a great experience for our team to especially come back because we weren't leading after the first 2 days, but we came back and won. And then we also won another tournament after that, so we had some great momentum.
Right, and that was the PGA Works Championship, which was at TPC Sawgrass, right?
Yep.
And how was that experience to be on national television, cameras in your face, playing?
It was a great feeling. It was definitely a dream come true because I've always grown up watching that tournament at the Players at TPCs.
Yeah.
And just being able to play in that tournament and also winning that tournament was a great feeling.
Right, because you're literally playing where professional golfers are playing, like
Yep.
all the time.
It's the iconic
the history
course of
there.
golf, so.
It was made for the players, which golfers that watch the Players Championship. It's at TPC Sawgrass in Florida, where there has been the best players in the world get to play. And our own men's team, Prairie View A&M men's team, won at that very course where the greatest have won. Rory McIlroy. Who else? Who won it this year? I think they just had the championship this year. This following, Tiger Woods has been there and has won the championship there. So it was really it kind of helps you think about the future, like after golf. Like if you could win here with it as your team, maybe in the future you could become a professional and win on your own.
Yep.
So what made you actually come to PV? Like what was your recruiting process like?
So I was actually started looking into coming to PV to play golf my sophomore year of high school.
Mm-hmm.
I met our former coach, Coach Jennings, back when I was 15.
Okay.
And I saw his vision of how he transformed this program into a non-winning program to winning championships, and how I saw myself being able to develop my golf game. So this is what really made me want to choose PV.
Right, and then have you seen yourself progress and become a better player with coaching you, Coach Jennings being there to help you?
Yeah, definitely, because definitely having a coach is beneficial because they point out things that you don't see. And golf's definitely a sport where every day is different, so you have to work really hard at it. And he just helped me develop my game to where it hasn't always been, and helped me find more parts that I needed to fix. So he's definitely helped me grow my game since I've been here.
Right, and do you consider that being here, like Coach Jennings, having a coach here and present, and like going into SWAC, which is 3 weeks away, and not having him there, how does that make you feel?
It's definitely been difficult, just because we've pretty much gone 2 semesters, a full season without a coach. And just our team's chemistry and momentum isn't the same without having a coach. We have new players that aren't getting the experience that they were wanting. So we're not playing to our best of our abilities that we could be. And it's just something that we had to step up and accept and just work as hard as we can to get through everything.
Yeah, you just got to make the best of the situation that you have at the moment, which I understand. It's hard not having somebody that brought you here in the first place. We all came, I feel like, for Coach Jennings. So not being here, it is tough. But at least you can think about the future and like hope that the new coach coming in can, hopefully improve the players. Yeah, he continue bringing on more championships, because you guys have another one to get this season, which is exciting. So for recruiting and all that stuff, what do you think was one of the most memorable experiences that you enjoyed?
I think definitely was coming on the visit, because I've never really been on campus here before. and I was iffy about coming here until I came on campus and saw the campus life and saw actually how nice the university is.
Yeah.
So I think that was one of the best parts of the recruitment process, and also seeing like who would be my future teammates. So.
Right, like it's not just here. It's not just golf. You're also here to get a degree.
Yeah, and my most important thing is my education. So.
Right, and then what is your major?
I'm in architecture.
Architect major, awesome. And then how do you see yourself after golf? Do you see yourself pursuing it, or are you focusing more on your career major?
Definitely my biggest goal is to try to pursue it in golf and try to make it as far as I can. But outside of that, I want to be a licensed architect to where I could eventually be a custom home builder and work for a really good firm.
Right.
So that's my future outside of golf.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
So, talking about coaches and your experience with Coach Jennings, what was one of the probably most memorable experiences you have with him?
I would probably say like between winning conference and winning the PGA Works tournament last season, just the feeling that we all had of coming back and win the tournament after consecutive years, and also winning the tournament when we weren't leading going into the final round. I think all of our joy and our excitement was bigger than anything else, because we worked so hard to get to this point, and it was a great accomplishment for all of us. So I'd say that was one of our best moments. Yeah,
just being able to win, like knowing that the guys didn't give up. You guys kept going. Like even though you guys weren't leading the tournament, you guys knew that you could still follow through and put up some good numbers. And like for yourself, when you were playing in SWAC, like how did it feel knowing? Because you feel some type of pressure when you know that you could win another SWAC championship. How did you handle that experience?
Yeah, it's definitely, the pressure is different because playing competition golf's different than just playing regular golf. And just knowing that we've been winning in previous years, you don't want to end that legacy of us winning.
Right.
So that was already some pressure that we had to face, and I just wanted to play the best I could. And just knowing that we were kind of down after the first 2 days, we had to not give up and just fight as hard as we can. So we just pushed through that.
As you should. And when you think about that experience and like your game, do you feel like playing in high-level tournaments like that and feeling that pressure has made you a better player now compared to when you played your freshman year?
Yes, over the past few years, our program has gotten into better tournaments. We're not just playing in SWAC. Like, we've had tournaments with UT, Stanford, Arizona State, Baylor, all those top schools in the country. So being able to play in tournaments like that has definitely helped us handle pressure and play in a higher competition level. So I think that's helped prepare us for coming into SWAC. So I think that's something that's great that our program has been able to get to the point.
Yeah, and you feel like bringing more championships is bringing more exposure to your guys' golf program to get you into those events.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, and like that gives you that level of competition, so when SWAC comes around, you're able to just feel comfortable in those situations instead of feeling that extra heightenedness of pressure that comes along with winning.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So when you, coming in this year and thinking about your game and coming in with another championship, do you feel like there's something as a team that you guys could work together to bring home another SWAC championship?
Yeah, I think at this point of the season, we're 3 weeks out. We still don't have a coach, so at this point, we just all need to be disciplined to work hard and just come together as a team, and we have to want to do it for ourselves, because it's been hard. It's been a transition without all the support and having a coach this whole season. So we just have to work harder than we have before, because the SWAC has gotten better competition in it, and our team is just, the motivation isn't as high as it used to be, but that's something that we have to come together and push for, and we want to have it for ourselves.
Right, and then do you feel like, not just as players, but for the golf program as a whole, do you think there's things that could be improved or to be able to help you guys bring more championships? Do you feel like not only a coach, but other things outside of that that could help bring you guys another championship home for PV?
Yeah, I think one is, I guess, when the players, we feel like we have support, we could play better. and it always hasn't been to where we've had the most support. Like, we never were really recognized for winning SWAC.
Right.
Still around campus, we hear, oh, we have a golf team. Like, our golf team's won in consecutive years since 2018, and people still don't know we have a team.
Right, and then even in the athletic building with the trophy cases, with all the SWAC conference championship trophies, the golf doesn't have any trophy. Your guys' SWAC championship trophies aren't in that case. Like, how does that make you feel? Like, walking into an athletic building where you play for a department, but they don't have your guys' trophies in the case for the school.
I mean, it just kind of feels like we're not as valued as a football or basketball team. And obviously, each teams are different. Football obviously brings in more money.
Right.
And those typically get more popularity into it. But I feel like it should be all equal if a team is winning.
Right.
And if everybody comes to be an athletic program for a certain reason, and everybody should be treated with the same level of respect.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I feel like hopefully this new coach coming in will help bring smooth things out and help this transition, because it's hard. Like, players come here to play golf. We come here, you know, we're not all from here either, so we all come here to play golf and enjoy it. So hopefully this coach comes in and helps continue to bring on the legacy that the men's team has created and bring in more championships, because you guys are great golfers, and you guys have improved with Coach Jennings here, and it's just a matter of hopefully continuing that tradition. And moving forward with the golf program, because, you know, it's been 3 years since we've been here, and do you want to see, like, players feel more welcomed as well? So it's not just about your experience, but it's about the future of the golf program as well.
Yeah, I think definitely the program grows more each year, and that's more over time of us accomplishing more. We get more into better things. But as just welcoming, with our freshmen, I guess this whole year situation, they don't really feel welcome.
Yeah.
And just this past year, our roster's just been getting smaller throughout the year. We have people leaving because it's not what they wanted. We have players that's quitting. We had one freshman that came in, but he's actually turned pro.
Yeah.
But he was coming to continue what we've been building, but he didn't see things were going in the right direction anymore. So
Right. And
I think when things smooth more out, I think future players will feel more welcome.
Yeah.
But it's just been difficult this season.
Yeah, it is difficult, but I feel like it is great that as players we have come together and really held on to each other to get through this, because at the end of the day we're all going through things, and it affects all of us, but we all came here to play golf, which I feel like is a great thing, and things I hope will get better, and this new coach coming will be exciting to see what happens, and to hopefully see more championships, not just on your guys' team, but the women's team as well, to bring more championships to Prairie View. Because right now you guys are undefeated, which is awesome, considering what other sports team at PV has done that, which is awesome. So thank you guys for listening and tuning in. We're going to go to a commercial break, and we will be back with you guys all shortly. Welcome back to Coach's Corner. So we were just talking with Christian about his experience here at PV, but I want to talk to you more about your experience before PV, and besides golf, were you also interested in other sports? Was there any other sports that you played?
Yes, I played a lot of different sports growing up. I played basketball, football, baseball. I wasn't really into golf. I actually got introduced to golf through being in the athletic program. In middle school, we had to play 3 sports, and my last option became golf, track, or cross country, so I actually chose golf over running. And just I dealt with different things growing up, going through some racism in baseball, which actually made me push away from that and continue golf, so that's really how I got into golf.
Okay, and then So you just been a natural born athlete. You just played a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I played a bunch of sports growing up.
But golf is the one that stuck with you.
It did.
That's awesome. And coming to PV, what was one of the deciding factors besides the campus? Like, do you feel like it was also anything golf related that the golf program offered you?
Yeah, so I looked into my education first, and architecture is really big here at Prairie View. But I also looked into a program to where I could see myself developing as a player. And that's where I saw myself fitting in to play here. And also, I wanted to be a part of a championship team.
Right, that's awesome. And so coming into now, you're coming in from your freshman year, now you're a junior here. And what is a day-to-day life experience of Christian Latham?
So I stay very busy. I'm in class majority of the time because architecture is pretty busy, but we travel majority of our semesters, Saturday through sometimes Wednesday morning, and by the time I get back, it's just study hard and practice a lot. So
yeah, so it's not just a day,
so
one night, one basketball game night. No, this is a 4-day trip of traveling and playing. So typically we play normally 36, 18 holes, but not before that. We also have a practice round, so that 18 holes. 36 and then another 18. Do you get tired? Like, how do you feel afterwards?
I think especially, golf's a sport, so you got to stay athletic. So just being able to train to where you could get through and push through all that, doing it every week has helped. So that's just one thing we prepare ourselves for so we don't get tired in those situations.
Right, and then we just work out on our own mainly. But freshman year, we had team workouts, which were 3 days a week.
Freshman year and half of our sophomore year, we had 5 a.m. workouts every morning, to where we had to stay prepared for those situations. But this past year has been different. With losing people in the athletic department and losing a coach as well, so we haven't quite had that anymore.
Yeah, we don't have the same structure that we used to have. We had 5 a.m. workouts, practice, tournaments, all that, but this year it's been a little different. But do you feel like the workouts helped in the morning, like that conditioning, so when it came to tournaments, playing 36 holes, do you feel like you were able to handle it?
Yeah, because in our workouts we did a lot of conditioning and stability work, so we improved our golf fitness, and then also just staying in shape, because playing 36 holes in a day, you're out there from sun up to sundown, and it's actually a lot of work. It's carrying 30-pound bag on your back, walking 8 to 12 miles. Sometimes it's elevated, so you're walking up hills and stuff, so you have to stay in shape for those. I think those workouts helped us.
Yeah. I agree with that, because I definitely didn't feel that tired. I was like, I can go another 18 after this. Coach Alvarez definitely helped us stay in shape for those tournaments. But like moving forward, not just conditioning, but do you feel like the mental preparation for tournaments, like what do you tend to do to get ready for a 50-hole event?
When I'm preparing for a tournament, obviously making sure you get your rest is important. Because if you're tired and you're not rested, you obviously won't perform to your best ability. But when I prepare for a tournament, I typically have played the course, because we typically play the same courses every year, but I focus on what type of tee shots I'm going to hit at this course and what irons will I mostly hit into the greens. And when I'm preparing for practice before those tournaments, I work on those shots the most, so I'm more prepared.
Right. That's good. And then after your tournament is over, do you just go straight into schoolwork and just do you ever feel like it's a lot sometimes after traveling?
Yeah, because at the point I'm at in architecture, I'm in some of my final classes, so it's a heavy workload, and I missed 2 out of 4 days of class I have, so I'm obviously always playing catch up.
Yeah.
And just being on the course all day at tournaments, I have to stay disciplined to stay on top of my work, so it gets tough sometimes.
Yeah, always got to put schoolwork first, of course, but it's always fun to be able to play, the game that you love to play, which is golf, and which is why we're here, which is exciting. And then just so over break, when you get ready for off season, what does a typical day like that tend to be like for you?
Typically in the off season, golf off season is actually pretty small. At least with school, it's really just the summer break. But I play junior amateurs or USAM qualifiers over the summer, and I'm pretty much practicing every day and
So
making sure I'm always staying ready for the next season.
Right, so it's really no off season.
There's really no off season in golf.
It just keeps going.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we play both seasons. We play during the fall and the spring. The spring is just our championship season.
Yep.
So during that time, we like to normally prep, get ready for the fall, get ready. Those tournaments get to tell us where we're at, so that when it's time to play in SWAC, we know what we need to prepare for as a team. So that's awesome. And then also when you get ready for just outside events, but when you feel like you have to get ready, like for practice-wise, we can't practice on campus much. The courses are available off campus, right, for you guys? And how do you feel like that makes you feel having to travel to practice instead of having something on campus, like the rest of the sports here?
Yeah, so it gets definitely difficult sometimes because we're actually the only sports program that doesn't have anything to practice on campus. I know freshman year sometimes when we couldn't get out to the course, we would go hit golf balls on the football field. But that's not always the case because football typically has practice and things like that. And we drive 15 to 30 minutes every day we have to go practice, and that takes up a lot of gas money and time and at least an hour in travel time to get to practice, so that already limits your time. But I think it would have been great if we at least have a chipping or putting green on campus or a bay that we could hit golf balls inside.
To have something on campus, to be able to practice in between classes and not have to worry about going back and forth so often off campus. Since
I've been here at PV, it's kind of been a struggle for everybody to practice because everybody doesn't have a car. So they have to rely on more people to take them to practice, and if that person's not available, that person without a car is not able to practice. So.
Right, and then do you think it makes it also harder for people to want to come to a golf program at PV, knowing that there isn't anything on campus?
Yeah, so that's definitely a thing that in this generation most recruits really look into. Is one, how is the team, and then also is their practice facilities. And their practice facilities is the biggest thing that a lot of people look into because they want to have a good place to where they can see themselves develop. We have a nice place at Sand Hill, but we can only use that 3 days a week. So out of those other 4 days, we're still trying to find places to practice on our own.
Yeah, and it's just been difficult without a coach having to take us there.
Yeah.
But overall, so you feel like something on campus would really benefit the team and help moving forward. So
yeah, I think
the future of the program.
At least just to start off, if the team could get like a putting or chipping green, and maybe a little room to where we have a simulator to where we could hit balls inside, just at nighttime or in between classes, to where we could always keep our game impressive. So I think stuff like that would help bring more recruits in and then also improve the players here.
Right, and just help overall better the golf program for the future. That's awesome. And then for there's a lot of possibilities with the golf program and the future of it, especially with the new coach coming in with the season and quickly approaching. How do you feel like it will help you be able to, how do you feel preparing? How does it feel knowing that there's a new coach coming in? Are you kind of nervous? Do you think it's going to be different because you're so used to Coach Jennings?
Yeah, I think definitely as a player or a student athlete, it's difficult getting new coaches, especially in the middle of the season, or a coach that didn't recruit you in. And I think it might be a different transition. I don't know how it's going to be, especially with a coach we don't know or a coach that doesn't really know us. So I think it'll be a little different, but I mean, we never know until we actually experience it.
Yeah, so looking forward, and you don't have any information on knowing when a coach will come in anytime soon either.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay, well, awesome. Well, I really appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
And I really hope that our golf program is going to improve and we get a new coach coming in, which is going to be exciting. And we will, of course, guys, keep you up to date on any new golf information, and hopefully bring in somebody else, and hopefully the coach we can bring in soon. Thank you guys for watching Coach's Corner. I'm Iman Abraham, and I'm here with Christian Latham. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.